You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Yeah, I know it's supposed to be a day off, but, well, here I am anyway. Got a couple of bangers coming this morning, including this one, because Ian Rapoport, as we know, this is Sunday morning, so the splash reports are coming out, and they're coming out about Aaron Rodgers and his situation as to whether or not will he or won't he play after suffering the Achilles tendon injury. As we know, he has started to play. Well, if you're a Jets fan and you're hoping to see Aaron Rodgers back this season, most likely it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Ian Rapoport dropped this just a little while ago, and I got to tell you, here's the thing about Aaron Rodgers, because he's getting drugged to hell underneath this post that Rapoport put up for not coming back and playing. I just will not believe at this point that there's not a full section of X/Twitter that hates Aaron Rodgers over simply his vaccine stance. And that is the issue. Maybe a lot of people legitimately don't like him and think this is all a bunch of bullshit. But the problem is, I remember that reaction and that fallout around him not wanting to grant everybody a glimpse into his medical status and medical history and his medical choices. There were people that legitimately wanted him locked up in prison because he used the word immunized. And I don't think, when I see so much reaction about Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, you know what? They'll never get past that. So, while he's one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen, I don't think he's top 10, but I do think he's top 15. If he could have got another ring, if he can get another ring, then that changes the narrative, and it changes where he's at in the echelon. But still, you got one ring and you got a 15-year career that's been great. You're top 20, you're top 15 all time. So let's get to this. I don't usually get into those kind of conversations on this channel, but every time I see hate on Aaron Rodgers, I can't help but think, guys, that was like a nuclear bomb went off. We covered that over on Black and White Sports, the immunized thing. I mean, there was probably 15 videos, and it was a month long, and there was so much traffic on those videos, and so many wokes were just ate up because they felt they had been misled. And my whole point from the beginning was, why is it your business to begin with? It's not your business what I decide to do with my health. Why is it with Aaron Rodgers, with this one issue? But there was a lot of people that were that way about everybody. There were people talking about, if you're not vaccinated, you should wear an armband or a gold star. I remember times when people had to wear gold stars, and that was not looked upon very fondly in history. Just throwing that out there. It's not the same as it might have been, but the visual of Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers running onto a practice field this week, a sight that had his teammates light up, has brought the kind of positivity to New York that has been lacking during a frustrating season. It won't go back and prevent Aaron Rodgers from tearing his Achilles 4 plays into the 2023 season, seemingly ending the New York's dreams of a deep playoff run before they started. But at least it is a light in a long, punishing tunnel, a sign of better days ahead. Rodgers has already been ruled out for today's game against the Falcons, an expected designation for the 40-year-old who had his practice window open this week. If he's not activated by December 20th, he cannot play this season. Tim Boyle will start his second consecutive game today against the Falcons. I know Jets fans are fed up with Zach Wilson. I don't blame you. I mean, it seems like he can't play dead. Tim Boyle is worse. Zach Wilson should be on the field. I almost feel like you have no chance with Tim Boyle out there. I mean, Stephen Reeves was on with Bill Simmons at The Ringer. He works for The Ringer, and he ranks quarterbacks. And Tim Boyle, I think, was the last one in his ranking list he just put out a couple of days ago. I was listening to the podcast. And he said Tim Boyle would literally be a third-string quarterback in the XFL. That he doesn't understand outside of the relationship that Aaron Rodgers and Tim Boyle has, why Tim Boyle is on any NFL roster. That's how bad he is. You can't let this happen if you're Joe Judge. After talking to sources throughout the week about Rodgers' situation, here's the summation of where it all stands. It's appearing unlikely that Rodgers plays in a game at all this season. If the Jets are eliminated from the playoff picture, Rodgers is expected to play, sources say. Not a surprise, but that's where it stands. New York is 4-7, and its playoff chances hang by a thread. A loss today would make the climb even tougher. Rodgers has loosely targeted, I've been saying this, the December 24th game against the Commanders as his potential return date, but if the Jets are out of it by then, don't expect a return. So this article went up by Ian Rapoport, and all these fans just lost their minds on Aaron Rodgers. And I'm like, the dude has been trying to get back to the Jets, and try to help this team out. It certainly makes the most interesting part about this is not whether Aaron Rodgers is coming back, because I ultimately think the Jets will not be in a position to see him come back. Okay, I mean, you look at the schedule, and I got the schedule here. Today is a winnable game, I think, if you have Trevor Siemian or Zach Wilson play. I'm sorry, Tim Boyle, it feels like you've got no chance. None. But that is sort of a winnable game. Texans, that's going to be a tough game and probably a loss. Dolphins, probably a loss. But there's strangely winnable games on the schedule. Patriots, that feels like a win, potentially. Commanders. Browns, who knows who's playing quarterback for the Browns by then? They got a great defense and everything, but it's weirdly almost the same team playing each other. Great defenses, good running game, and really suspect quarterback play. Although I think Joe Flacco, who should be a Jet right now, by the way, might actually do something for the Browns there. At least he's a competent professional quarterback. And the most fascinating part about all this is why has Joe Douglas set this up for disaster? It's all about the backup quarterback, and he did not have a plan. Glad his ego gets a big show out of it, though. I'm telling you. I mean, I don't get Aaron Rodgers taking shrapnel over trying to come back. I don't get that. All of them stories for nothing. Great. Who would have thought? We don't care. Yeah, a hell of a lot of people do care about whether Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Aaron should just rehab and ensure he's 150% next year. I do agree with that. If they're out, zero playoff chances, understandable. Absolutely. Why rush it? Yeah. If they're out of it, there's no reason for him to come back. If he was ever injured, I don't get that at all. I don't get that. And there's been media figures question whether or not he got hurt. That's irresponsible. Rodgers is a warrior, but the Jets are cautious. No reason to rush him back. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, when he doesn't have the national sports media saying his name weekly, right there. I mean, I'm telling you, this is all about people being pissed he didn't get that damn jab. I'm telling you. Never has more time and space been devoted to something that was never going to happen. That's a Dolphins fan, okay. The story is that Aaron Rodgers never had any intention of playing this season. He just set that narrative so you talk about him all year, even while not playing. And it sure worked. I mean, come on now. I just don't get that. I, too, am declaring I will play in the NFL this season. Though unlikely, I'll be picked up as a free agent from one of 32 teams. Thanks, Captain Brownie. Let us know how it works out for you bagging groceries out there. Yeah, it just, unprecedented. And so it was like first kind of medical treatment, and he agreed to it because he trusted the doctors and the science behind it. Just saying, the real Pfizer boy, hypocrite. I'm telling you. This tells you right here, this shrapnel he is taking, people cannot take their damn Wuhan virus vaccine blinders off. It's nut. Here he's walking on water next. If he was ever injured, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand the hate. I don't. Not going to play, so it's not unprecedented at all. Just one big stroke by the media as per Aaron's wishes. The media hates Aaron Rodgers. I mean, come on, stop that. The media, the moment that it came out that they felt like, the media that is, I'm not sure if people understand or remember the fallout around that, but it was gargantuan. The mainstream media crushed Aaron Rodgers for a month, demanding answers as to why he misled the media. And then they went nuts because he went on Joe Rogan. That became a thing. Oh, right-wing Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's a classic liberal. All right. It makes no sense. RFK supporter. I mean, the whole thing, there's just a bunch of stuff around Aaron Rodgers, and people have decided to lump this Achilles thing in it when it could not be more separate. It's nuts. It truly is. I mean, this is pretty much just confirming what we've been hearing. If they don't make the playoffs, he's not coming back. I don't get it. I don't get all the hate. It's weird. I was not an Aaron Rodgers guy, okay, at all. All right? A lot of people like me that are Tom Brady guys were not Aaron Rodgers guys. But the moment he toyed with the media over that immunized thing, I was like, oh, I like this cat. I like this cat. And then hearing all the eccentric, weird stuff, NFL fans got mad because he decided to he went to the darkness retreat. And that became something to drag Aaron Rodgers over. And I'm like, no, you're mad about the damn jab. And then he crushed Travis Kelce. It was beautiful. Stop it. I mean, come on. Oh, there'll be people mad that are subscribed to this. Oh, you can't tell where I mean, look at the American flag and the eagle flying in. Yeah, stop it. I don't normally get into that on this channel. Occasionally we will, but I don't get the hate for this guy now. I think he has become progressively cooler and cooler over the last couple of seasons. Truly. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.